Revelation. You know how I said last time how I couldn't put my lighting ring light behind the camera because it's like too big, it's on a tripod and there's like a wall behind the camera and the computer. Well, I've just taken the ring light off the tripod and put it behind the camera that way. Revelation. Today, I know that I said that I would do another one of these if everyone liked it. I'm doing another tier list, because it's not just because I need a video for this week. It's also because I've been wanting to do this tier list for ages. This tier list is another K-pop one. I did toy with doing a Halloween one, but the timing wasn't right. And also I was going to do a Christmas one, but it's a bit early, don't you think? I mean, I'm in Christmas mode already, as you can see. But it's a bit early. So we're going to do a K-pop one. And this time I've decided to do something a bit... Well, it's not controversial really, because I think every K-pop fan has some beef with the K-pop companies, but I've decided to do, I'm ranking all the K-pop companies, well not all of them because I'd be here all day, about 21, there's 21, and I'm going to be ranking them based on how good they are. I can tell you right now that none of them are going to be at the top, for obvious reasons. And I'm not really going to go into that much detail about why, because one, I don't want to like seriously piss off some companies, and also I haven't got time, like it's going to take me ages otherwise, because I could go on forever about some of these companies, about how rubbish they are. So, and also like it's a company and I don't really want to slander them that much, because, you know, they might like decide to take like legal action or something. Also, I am using the company logo, but I do sincerely hope that none of these companies like take down my video, because one, I'm the world's smallest creator. Two, I'm not monetized because I'm the world's smallest creator. And three, have you really got nothing better to do with your time? Right. So, okay, please get off. Okay. So, I will put a link down to this in the description if you want to do it as well, and feel free to send me it, I don't mind, whatevs. So, first company, RBW. RBW was founded in 2010, that's ages ago, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Artists under RBW are Mamamoo, hello, Romance, Oneness, One Week, Purple Kiss, and they've also recently acquired WO Entertainment, so that includes the artists ONF, or ONF, or On and Off, or however you pronounce that, Oh My Girl and B1A4. And there's obviously loads of soloists and other artists with them as well. In my opinion, RBW are a decently good... Oh, hang on. I need to take you through all the things, don't I? So we've got the top tier, which is Faultless. This K-pop company can do no wrong. Their artists are well looked after. Comebacks are manageable, but not like comeback. It's comeback, a good period of rest, comeback, stuff like that. Like the artists are visibly happy there. Excellent is a notch down from that. So there's a few things that the company's done which are questionable, but for the most part, they just don't really have anything bad to say about them. They're really good. Notch down from that is good. How to describe good? They're like good. So the company is fairly good. Not as good as other ones, but they are fairly good at managing their artists. Notch down from that is okay. It's like the lesser of two evils, shall we say. Like there's blatantly obviously good, better companies out there, but if you're in okay, you're not the worst. Crappy, it's fairly obvious that the company needs some work. It needs to do some things to make their artists better. Notch down from that is trash. The company is trash at managing their artists. It's really rubbish. Like, it's blatantly obviously rubbish that you get so many people on Twitter saying like this company's trash. And then the notch down from that one is do us all a favour and shut down. Now that one means what it says. You're so incredibly rubbish at managing artists and doing your job. The poor staff there probably hate working there. and you need to shut down because you just can't be trusted to do your job properly. So, with that being said, RBW for me is quite a good company. Mamamoo, One Us, One We, Purple Kiss, perhaps not Romance, and the other ones from WM Entertainment, even though they've only been acquired recently, have all had pretty fairly steady careers. They've had comeback after comeback. Romance hasn't been promoted that much, but if I had one complaint from RBW, the main complaint for me is they seem to focus a lot on their girl groups, and One Us and One We. One Us is promoted well, but One We isn't really, and Romance is not that big, and I think they could do better in that sense. So we're going to put RBW in excellence. I mean, Hwasa, Moonbyul and Solar have all renewed their contracts with RBW, which gives you some indication they must have some trust. Blockberry Creative. This record label was founded in 2016 and it is currently home to Luna and Luna alone. Now, Blockberry Creative, from the comebacks point of view, from the quality of the music videos, whatever have you, can't fault you there really. They Luna did some cracking songs, they're off their heads, so they must be having a good time. And they seem to quite enjoy their career. If you look at them on VLive and stuff, they seem to quite enjoy it. However, twice now we've seen articles detailing their financial troubles, and it seems to me that they're not really doing anything about it. Like, Luna could potentially not be a thing in the near future if Blockberry go down this path. Blockberry, in that sense, considering it's going downhill a bit in terms of finances, is going to be in good. Okay, next is Brave Entertainment. It was founded in February of 2008, and the artists currently under Brave Entertainment are Brave Girls, obviously, and DKB. Brave Entertainment has not been the forefront of things until recently, when Rolling became like viral again and became like really good. So much so that they actually promoted it again, which boosted Brave Girls and Brave Entertainment's profile into the public eye, and that obviously meant that Brave Entertainment was getting more revenue, they were getting more promotions for things, and as far as I'm aware, DKB have had regular comebacks. Brave Girls, on the other hand, haven't, but that's before all that happened with Rolling. So, considering the fact that they probably weren't the best company before all of the Rolling viralness, I think they're doing good at the moment, so we're going to put them in good. C9. C9 is not one of the most well-known companies. So C9 was founded in 2012. They currently have the groups Six and Epex, and in the J9 subsidiary, which is under C9, the girl group Signature. Now, Epex has just debuted. Six has had some fairly regular comebacks, and Signature hasn't had a comeback in about a year. Signature has not had a comeback in about a year. So, but that's because I think they're in a separate subsidiary, J9, which probably wasn't the best. I don't know why they didn't just keep them in C9. It probably wasn't the best decision. But C9, if they haven't done anything like... I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of all these companies, because I'm not taking 3 hours to research each one. I mean, I could, but I'd be here all day and not doing that. As far as I'm aware, C9 hasn't done anything like majorly wrong. So they seem to be doing okay for themselves, so I'm going to be putting C9 in okay. No, good. We're going to put them in good. We're going to put them in good because I've not heard anything majorly. Now, Cube. Cube. Okay, Cube is a big one. Cube's one of the most well-known. Cube was founded in 2006. Cube is currently home to the groups B2B, CLC, I mean, although that's a bit touch and go really, because no one really knows if they're still a thing or not. Penskin, G-Idol, or just Idol, how you say that, and Lightsome, also the subunits of B2B. quite a few actors and entertainers. So obviously we have the whole Dawn and Hyuna thing. So I believe Hyuna was because she was in 4 Minute, which was part of Cube. So Hyuna and Donna were in Cube, and then they were in a relationship, and then Cube kicked them out. Now, it is a common thing in Korean agencies and in Korea in general to be taboo with that kind of thing. They don't want you to date another people, like other artists, stuff like that. Like, it just could tarnish their reputation. I don't know how it could, but apparently it could. So they kicked them out, and lovely Psy brought them on board. We all love Psy. And then people started to hate Cube from then on, really. And then they have completely mishandled that Soojin situation. They kicked her out from the get-go, from what people understood. One thing I will say about Cube is they are very, very good at letting the artists have their own freedom in terms of music production. Like, Soyeon makes all of G-Idol stuff. Hui and Woo-seok are very heavily involved in Pentagon stuff. I assume that's the same for B2B and possibly CLC, possibly even Lightsum, I don't know, but it's unusual for rookie groups to have full control over their stuff. They gave CLC a comeback after Devil, this is, a year later, and then they still haven't had a comeback since then, and obviously Elki's left, and Eugen's gone to a different group. They got rid of all of Sorn's stuff. I mean, CLC, if I was CLC, I'd be like, I ain't having this. I'm leaving. Which I think was what Elki did. Pentagon have had fairly regular comebacks, which have been very good. B2B, even though they're quite a veteran group now, they had fairly regular comebacks. Lightsum have had 2 comebacks, well, 1 comeback. But they've been doing well music-wise, but literally everything else they're trash at. So we're going to put Cube in crappy, because it's the crappy company. No wonder so many people have left Cube. Now, Dsp Media. Dsp Media was founded in 1991. Christ almighty. Okay, so they currently are home to April, Card, Mireille, and the soloists BM, obviously, and a few others. Now, Dsp Media. I have literally heard nothing about Dsp Media in like the news recently. So, as far as I'm aware, they gave Card, April and Mireille fairly regular comebacks, as far as I'm aware. April have obviously had that controversy, which Dsp Media probably haven't handled in the best light. Card, they could have done so much more with Card. I feel like they did promote Card well, and they gave them good songs and comebacks, but they just didn't like do enough with them. They could have done so much more. I mean, obviously it's the like most prominent co-ed group, I'd say, and obviously Mireille have just debuted, so we don't know how that's going to go. But I don't feel like they've had that much badness, because at one point they were quite a big rival to SM Entertainment, I believe. But I would say that the company's success has gone downhill a bit, purely based on the fact there's other entertainment companies that are rising above them. So they're going to go in good. It's also actually to note with Dsp Media, they managed some very, very, very big K-pop groups at the time, which is like early 2000s talking here. So like Finn KL, Shekskis, Kara, SS501, Rainbow, Ajax. Fantagio Music was founded in 2008. Currently under Fantagio are Astro, Weki Meki and Ong Song Woo. And they also used to manage Hello Venus and quite a few other people who have all since gone. So, Astro, I would say they have fairly regular comebacks, Astro. They're well promoted. Astro are obviously a very well-known, popular idol group. There was a period of time when they weren't there for some reason. Like, they had quite a long period between comeback. However, Weki Meki, I think, Fantagio seem to have forgotten Weki Meki. The last thing they did was Cool New Rules EP was like almost a year ago, probably over a year ago now. I mean, before that, they were fairly regular. They had about 3 comebacks a year. So they had, in 2019, I can't remember before 2019 because I only got to K-pop then. 2019, I believe, was Picky Picky and also Tiki Taka. And then they had about 4 or 5 months, probably 6 actually, No. 4, 5, 6, probably like 7 or 8 months between that and Dazzle Dazzle. Then they had Upsy, then Cool, and then they've kind of just like not done anything. So I don't know what's going on there. They just don't promote their artists enough at all. They just don't. Other than that, like, they have amazing visuals, amazing talent, amazing songs. Like, Cool was one of my favourite songs last year. And I love Picky Picky. Recky Mecky is so underrated, and so is Astro. We're going to put them in OK. The FNC was founded in 2006, and they are currently home to Foot Island. I call them Foot Island because how are you supposed to pronounce their name? FT Island or whatever. CM Blue, AOI, N-Flying, SF9, Cherry Bullet, and P1 Harmony. One thing I will say about FNC is that they do very good songs. They do good songs with good promotions. I would say they're not the best at promotions, but I think it's very rare that a company is good at promotions. The Cherry Bullet incident, when 3 of them suddenly left for personal reasons. Why? Also, the AOA incident. That's a big one, isn't it? Obviously, we found out that Jimmy was bullying Mina. Mina then decided to go on a huge media rant about things. FNC, obviously, whether they knew about it or not at the time, I've no idea, but they should have. They should have known about it, and they should have done something about it. In that respect, they were failing AOA. Apparently, according to the interwebs, they're not very good at paying their artists either. So, FNC, I'm afraid, considering also that Cherry Bullet has not been well promoted in my opinion, because Cherry Bullet had a comeback at the start of the year and then has not done anything since. So they're going to go in OK. Hive Entertainment are home to Stacey and 415 and obviously Black Eyed Pilsen, who do some amazing, amazing songs. Now, Hive Entertainment is fairly recent. It's founded in 2017, and I would say so far they've done a very, very good job of managing Stacey. Fairly regular promotions. They've promoted them well, done a lot for them. However, I didn't even know 415 existed until just. So perhaps you could focus on them a bit more as well. And they actually debuted before Stacey. So, however, I was recently made aware that Black Eyed Pilsen will not allow Stacey to have their phones unless they have a prominent music show win, like on a major one, like an Mnet or something, I don't know. So like, what the hell's that about? Let them have their phones. I'm going to put, and this is not just because they're like one of my favourite groups and I stan them heavily, I'm going to put high up in excellent because they've only been around for so long and they've not done anything major yet. This might change in the future to cause them to be in any of the bottom ones. Yet. However, if they don't give the phones back soon, I'm going to move them down. Okay, Hybe. Hybe, formerly known as Big Hit, was founded in 2005 as Big Hit Entertainment, it was founded by the what's his name? Bang Shi-hyuk, who was, I believe, partners or something to do with JYP. And he was like, I don't like the way you do things, so I'm going to go make my own. And they are currently home to BTS, TXT, and Hypen, who is actually under B-Lift Labs, but they're under Hybe as well. Source Music, who was under G-Friend, and then Source Music effed that up, and Pledis as well, but I'm putting them under a separate one because they're quite, Pledis is, Now Hybe have done an amazing job at promoting BTS. I don't know why it was BTS that decided to blow up so much, but they did. Hybe poured money into them. Completely. I think they did the right thing. Build up a really good one group. Focus on the one group, because I think it's difficult to focus on multiple groups. Like, I think SM's got millions of groups. They did the right thing by focusing on one group well, and they did that well. However, it's gone in the opposite direction now. They've done it too much. I mean, and Hypen and TXT, don't get me wrong, they're very well promoted, even though they've only just been like recent in the last few years. Very well promoted, they get lots of views, and they have regular good comebacks. Their songs are well produced. However, Hybe does not do enough to stop armies, in my opinion. Armies are very toxic. Can be. Not all of them. Not all of them. Hybe, I don't think recognises that enough, because armies are the first, I would say, the most prominent culprits of tearing down other fandoms and mocking, shall we say, or insulting other groups for doing absolutely nothing. Like, K-pop idols can no longer wear the colour yellow, apparently, because they wore it. In fact, any colour, because they wore it. The slightest thing, and they will accuse them of copying. Like, I've breathed, and so has Jimin, so I'm copying Jimin. I'm incredibly sorry, I have to breathe to live. And I don't think Hybe recognises that at all. And lately Hybe have been like so completely interested in acquiring other groups and taking like weird business ventures that I don't think they're fully focused on their potential as singers in these groups. They haven't fully focused in their potential of promoting these groups. Like, obviously Dynamite was a massive success and they followed with Butter and Permission to Dance. Like, are you going to do any Korean songs because you're actually Korean? Like, I know BTS has a plethora, a multitude of Korean albums and songs, but lately it's like, is English the way to go because the Western culture still hasn't grasped K-pop or something like that? And I feel like as Korean fans are the main, or like the home base, they deserve Korean songs, do they not? Like new ones. I also blame Hybe for the disbandment of G-Friend as well as Source Music. Source Music was a good company in my opinion until they were bought by Hybe, and then I don't know what it was. Hybe actually completely changed their style of music, I would say, like from the Crossroads, Song of the Sirens, oh no, it was Labyrinth, sorry, Song of the Sirens and Walpurgis Night are completely different to every other album they've ever done, and in a good way. I really liked their recent songs, but then again, they were well promoted, G-Friend, however, all of a sudden they were disbanding all of a sudden. Like, it wasn't, like, Source completely mishandled that situation. They gave people no warning, and it kind of made them seem like G-Friend, the members were not happy with the way, like, things were being done in Source under Hybe. Also, in my opinion, Hybe is very overrated, and I think they're everywhere, and they need to just take a step back. So, I can't deny of how good they've been with BTS, though. They're going to go in good. So I've talked about Hybe for ages. Jellyfish was founded in 2007. Whoa. And it's currently home to Vixen Very Very and a lot of solo artists, including Sejong. And it was previously home to Gugudan. Now, the whole situation Gugudan, like, the Very Very is probably not as well promoted as it could be. They do have fairly regular comebacks. Obviously, Vix is a veteran old group now, but they did have very good promotions and very good comebacks and the good songs. Gugudan did not have good promotions. Gugudan had amazing songs. They were not well promoted at all, and they were absent for about 2 or 3 years before Jellyfish finally decided to tell us that they weren't having, they weren't being a group anymore. I think they were the one that told us first, actually. I do remember a lot of the members suddenly saying they asked us to just go home and not come back. So, Jellyfish, you're crap. You're crap at actually everything. Gugudan deserved it better. JYP. You have a love-hate relationship with JYP. So, JYP was founded in 1997, obviously by JY Park. And right off the bat, I'm going to say I don't like JYP for the sole reason that JYP, the person, seems to be very self-involved. And he's more interested in himself other groups. Currently they are home to 2pm, Twice, Stray Kids, ITZY and JYPN, which are about to debut, I believe, or whatever. Obviously soloists are JYP, and a few 2pm members, and obviously their independent artists include Day 6, and also Nizzy U from Japan, and Boy Story from China, and also formerly GOT7, SoMe, 15 and which included Beck Yerin and Park Jimin. Jimin's an amazing singer, I don't know why I had to get rid of her. Miss A, 2AM, Wonder Girls, God, and Rain, all those amazing people. I think the main issue with JYP is himself. Like, they are incredibly good at promoting Twice. If I'd say, I'd go as far as say they overwork Twice. And ITZY are quite well promoted as well. Stray Kids are quite well promoted, however I do know that that is purely based on Stray Kids themselves and not him. I feel like you just get the general vibe. JYP kind of cares more about their girl groups. Obviously look at GOT7. It was blatantly obvious that they didn't give a crap about GOT7, which led to them not renewing their contract. And it's just obvious, isn't it? It's obvious that you can tell that Twice get all the money poured into them, and then Stray Kids, Bangchan has to do literally everything for the group. And you just feel like, okay, maybe if you stopped producing music yourself, you know, because you're old and like stuff, perhaps you would be able to promote your groups better. Having said that, JYP has some amazing song ideas in his head. He came up with like Fancy and What Is Love and that and everything. Amazing songs. And he was obviously good at choreography. Back in the day, that is. I don't know why he has to show off now. I mean, you're old. How old are you? And then there was that, I don't know what song it was, but he made a song basically dissing every one of his artists at the start. I mean, that would be enough to make me leave. So JYP has lots of good points. However, it also has a fair amount of flaws. So I'm going to have to put JYP in OK. KQ! Oh my god, KQ is quite possibly my favourite K-pop company. Purely based on the fact that I have heard absolutely zero things about KQ. Bad-wise, I mean. KQ Entertainment. It's really not a big company either. It doesn't have its own wiki page. It was founded in 2016. It's the same company who houses Block B. Well, used to house Block B. It's actually like a subsidiary that houses Block B, but they're under the same kind of company. Obviously, KQ has ATEEZ, and that's it. ATEEZ is incredibly well promoted, and they have cracking songs. My one complaint with KQ is I love Eden. I think he's incredibly talented. He's incredibly good at writing songs. He's incredibly good at doing melodies and everything of the sort. And obviously they have BB treatment with the choreography. However, I feel like it shouldn't just be Eden who does the songs, because he kind of has his own vibe and sound. And even when ATEEZ changed concepts, the songs were very similar. Not in like a way that you think like this is basically the same as their last song and it's like not going to do as well. They are different, but their sound is so similar. The vibe you get is just similar. I'd love them to completely change the concept or let someone else produce a song just for a change. So in that respect, they're going in excellent. MLD. MLD are currently home to, MLD was founded in 2015 and are currently home to Momoland, T1419, the actress Yonu, No Nakashana, who's on that Girls thing, the Girls Planet 999 thing. MLD, how to put this, can go suck it, basically. They completely mishandled Finding Momoland to begin with. Like, they just told them, you need to go and do all the groundwork for your debut. which resulted in them not getting enough people to come and watch their debut, so they had to push it back. And also, I do think that Daisy might have been a bit too quick to say that it was rigged with not that much evidence apart from her own word. However, I completely believe her that it was rigged, because like, it's obvious that all of them are, isn't it? All of them are. And MLD did not handle that very well, and then they added in Taeha, who was an amazing addition, and then put Daisy, Taeha and Yeonu on hiatus. They never told us why, and then I suspect it was got to do with Taeha's weight. And Yeonu, I don't know why they put Yeonu in the group in the first place, because Yeonu made it clear that she wanted to be an actress, so... And then just basically kicked Daisy to the curb for having, what, I don't know, was it a dating rumour with someone from Icon, song from Icon? MLD, you're in trash, because they are promoting currently T1419 well, however, Momoland they seem to have forgotten about, even though MLD literally rebranded for Momoland, MLD Momoland. So, Bay Entertainment was founded in 2011, same year that they debuted A-Pink. They also have Victon, Weekly, who's Bandage? Oh, it's a band, okay. And they also have a few soloists as well. And they also just acquired Cracker, which is why Cracker's not on here, which is The Boys' company. Play M, in my opinion, have very good songs. Dum Dum, hello. They promote them well. I don't really see anything majorly wrong with Play M. Nayeon didn't renew her contract with Play M, which kind of begs, like, is there something going on there? But I don't think there is, because all the others did. And Victon, although Victon aren't like promoted as much as I think they could be, they have some good comebacks and good songs. Weekly are being well promoted at the moment. If I had one complaint, it's that A-Pink, although they're like not a veteran group, because none of them are old, but they were like ages ago, debuted ages ago, like 10 years ago now. I want them to update us on when they're next coming back, because I want to know. So, in my opinion, Play M's good. Pledis, I only have to say Pristine, and I just know. Pledis was founded in 2007, and they are home to After School, New S17, and now Promise 9, when they were bought from wherever they were bought from. They used to have most of the After School members. Hello Venus, and they used to have Pristine. Pristine was doing really well, and then suddenly disbanded, and no one knew why, and Pledis just did not handle the situation at all. However, Pledis does promote the current groups they have, which is Newest and 17, very well. They do promote them extremely well. They give them good songs to come back with. I know that 17 are quite heavy-handed in their production. They do a lot of their own producing and stuff. And every single 17 member has renewed their contract with Pledis, which gives them some credibility. So Pledis, you're going in okay, because you really can't excuse the Pristine thing that happened. And a lot of netizens hate Pledis for a very obvious reason. And if you've seen their company building, it's just like really nothing compared to the other ones. P Nation, I don't even need to say this. P Nation is one of the best ones. P Nation is probably not one of the big companies currently, but it's founded by Psy in 2018. And they are currently home to Psy, Jessie, Hyuna, Dawn, Crush, Highs, D-Arc, Penimeko and Swings, with a lot of other trainees. And I feel like P Nation is the place for artists to go to when like their companies rejected them. Do you know what I mean? Like the what would people in Korea consider controversial artists? Like Jessie's considered controversial because of the way she dresses. Why, I don't know. And obviously her curves. And I feel like I want like all the groups that I don't think should be. Like, I want everyone from MLD to go there because MLD suck. I just want P Nation to have them all, because P Nation, apart from, as far as I'm concerned, does not have any controversies because it was founded by Psy. Psy was a K-pop idol. Well, not an idol. Psy was a singer before all this, and he knows the industry. He knows what the artists go through, and he knows how to look after them. In that way, P Nation, I can't put them in faultless because I don't know the ins and outs of the company, so they're going in excellent. 4 left. Oh my god, this is taking so much longer than I thought it was going to. Right, Starship. Starship was founded in 2008 and they're currently home to Monster X, WJSN or Cosmic Girls or Witcherson as I call them, Gravity and the upcoming Ivy group, and also former artist Sister, Boyfriend, Mad Clown. As far as I'm aware, Starship hasn't had that much controversies. They've had a few dating rumours. I would say Starship are good at promoting their artists. Like Monster X is very well promoted, especially overseas as well. Witcherson are very well promoted. I'd say possibly they could have more comebacks and possibly could be better promoted still. But all in all, I would say that the artists under, even Gravity are, the artists under Starships are well looked after. Although the Wonho thing, I don't know why Wonho had to leave when he was clearly innocent. I think they're just generally alright, to be honest. So in my opinion, Starship is going to go into good. Because, I mean, they always have their faults, don't they? Woollim. Now, Woollim was what I thought was a good company until this whole Lovelies thing happened. So, Woollim was found in 2003 and they're currently home to Infinite, Lovelies, not anymore, Golden Child, Rocket Punch and Dripping, and also Quan Unbi, and now Baby Soul, who was in Lovelies. But Lovelies have all gone now because Woollim, I would say for the most part, up until this Lovelies thing, were very good at promoting their artists. Like Infinite, I'd probably say was well promoted back in the day. Rocket Punch, I'd say probably could be promoted more, but they do have some really good cracking songs and good comebacks. Lovelies were... It's hard to say because I wasn't really a fan back then. Lovelies did have some popular songs back in the day, but all of a sudden, like, they seemed to drop off the radar a bit. Weren't really promoted that much, like, at all. And then they obviously had a comeback last year with Obliviate. But then still after that, like, nothing about them. I kind of feel like they could have done a lot more. They're good at promoting Golden Child. Well, not promoting. They're good at songs for Golden Child. I feel like they could do so much more. And I feel like the Lovelies thing lets them down a lot. So Woollim are going to go into okay. YG. YG is one of the big three, along with JYP and SM, which don't appear to be on here for some reason. Hold up. Where's SM? Apologies, people. I'm having some technical difficulties with the computer, so bear with. Okay, finishing it now. Sorry about that, I just had to add in SM because I forgot SM. I completely forgot SM. But there's SM. So anyway, YG. I need to be really quick here because I'm running out of battery like majorly. So obviously YG was founded in 1996 and they're home to Big Bang, Icon, Blackpink, Treasure, Akmu, G-Dragon, loads of them. Winner, now Sketchkeys, or however you say that, and Icon. Now, the biggest complaint, obviously, with YG is that they don't know what the word comeback means. So, obviously, Icon are very, very badly promoted. Blackpink are the most popular K-pop girl group, and they don't have, like, probably, like 20 songs to their name. Treasure are well promoted at the moment, but they haven't had a comeback in ages. So, I think YG is one that all netizens agree is crap. They are absolutely awful. Although the music is very high quality, they just don't know what the word comeback means. So, I mean, even Jenny said herself, like, I would play some more songs, even the concert's finished, I'll play some more songs, but I don't have any. So, Yuehua, however you say that, Entertainment is manages Everglow. They're a Chinese-based company, founded in 2009, and they currently just have Everglow as well as Unique. And they also co-manage Woodston. Now, I like, and also Yenna and Woods at Soloist, and I like Everglow. I think Yuehua do a very good job of managing and promoting Everglow. They do some amazing songs. And as far as I'm aware, they don't really like have that much bad rap. Really, they don't really have anything to say about them. So, in that reason, I'm putting them in excellent. SM, the last one. SM have a bajillion artists. They were founded by Lee Soo-man in 1995. Well, actually, it was founded in 1989, but established as SM Entertainment in 1995. And they currently have... Christ, they actually have their own wiki page because there's so many. Boa, Taemin, Hyoyeon, lots of soloists, groups, TVXQ, Girls' Generation, Shiny, EXO, Red Velvet, all the NCT groups, and aespa, and Super M. One thing I'll say about SM is that their artists know how to do their job. They have amazing songs, although sticker was a bit, amazing songs. They have very good promotions. They're very well promoted. SM is also known, I would say, for not treating their artists brilliantly. Like, there's a lot of pressure on them. They put a lot of pressure on them. They don't put their health first, I would say. And a lot of the money does actually go back to SM instead of the artists. And especially with EXO, their foreign members were not treated as well, apparently, as the other members. And they don't have a lot of artistic freedom. SM, unfortunately, you're going to go in okay. Alright, I think that's it. There we have my definitive ranking of K-pop companies. Do I want to change any? Do we need to have a company do us all a favour and shut down? MLD, you can go down there. Let's move Cube down to trash, YG down to trash, and Jellyfish down to trash, so they deserve to be. Pledis can go down to crappy. Despite 17 are the only thing, and Newest are the only thing that's keeping Pledis alive right now. This is my definitive ranking. I hate MLD. I think that was blatantly obvious. Now I need to go because my camera is about to die. And sorry for the technical difficulties there, I'll see. And I'm sorry for how long this was because I didn't expect this to be this long, but I do have a lot to say about each company. So. And again, these are my opinions. You have your own opinions. No company please come for me because I'm just one insignificant person, sorry. And also my opinion is shared by a lot of people. So, okay, I'm gonna go before my camera dies. Oh God, it's about to die. Bye.